Guys, welcome back to Fat to Wham, and it's been a successful 14 days. Lost 1.8 kg in body weight and 2.7% in body fat, and that's 1.25 inch lost around the waistline, which I hope is evident in the pics. So guys, to get the results that I've had over the last 14 days, I've followed 5 basic steps. The first one was I recorded my start. I had to work out, well, what do I weigh now? What is my body fat now? So I took a few basic measurements, as you see in the first video. I took my weight and I put it into a body fat calculator just to give me a rough idea of the body fat that I'm at the moment. Now, why this is important is because it's not always really obvious with the gains that you're making, and to be able to reflect on it and see where you've gone from before is massively motivating. Now, secondly, what I went through is I calculated my TDEE. Now, what that is my total daily energy expenditure. Now, why this is important to know is that's the amount of calories that you're going to use up everyday life. Now, to lose weight, you need to put yourself in a calorie deficit. Now, the golden amount of deficit you want to be in is about 500 calories a day to give you about 1 kilogram loss of weight in a week. Now, this will give you a good calorie loss, a good weight loss without killing off too much muscle. Now, the third thing is get some really good calorie tracking. Now, I use MyFitnessPal, but you can use many different programs out there, and this actually creates your TDEE for you if you put in what you want to lose and what you want to achieve. This is really good for tracking your calories, so you can scan in your barcodes of your foods and put them in, and it gives you a really good idea of exactly what you're using every day, so you know that it's not chance at the end of the week. You know exactly what you'll have lost. And you can kind of tweak that week in, week out to make sure you're maintaining that 1 kilogram loss. Now, fourth, what we did is train to retain. So when you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose muscle mass. That's just going to happen. There's no way you can avoid it. However, there is a lot of research around the amount of weight that you can lose with minimal muscle loss. So we know that's the 1 kilogram mark is the maximum you can lose without it really accelerating your muscle loss. The other thing that the research has shown is if you try and lift heavy during this phase, in the 6 to 8 rep range, you lose even less muscle as you go down. Now look, let's not kid ourselves. We're not going to build loads of muscle in a calorie deficit. It's pretty much impossible unless you start cheating around and messing around with some stuff you shouldn't be. But for normal people doing it naturally, that's just what you're going to have to deal with. Now, the fifth thing, and that's what we're doing today, is you evaluate. How did you do? So I'm looking at, right, I'm on track at the moment. We're losing 1 kilogram a week. The waist is coming down. The fat percentage is going down, and we're on track. So what I've done is I've actually planned for the next week, the next 7 days. I'm just going to maintain where I'm at and just continue at about 2,000 calories a day for me. That won't be the same for you. So everyone is different. You need to work out what you do. But those are the 5 steps that I'm using, and so far getting some good success. Okay guys, a little bit about the training I've been doing for the last 14 days. So I've pretty much just been doing a pull push routine on alternate days. So on day 1, I'm pretty much doing bench press, pec flyers, shoulder press, and then upright rows. A little bit of variation, but pretty much that's the workout. And then for the back, on the pull exercise, what I'm doing is I'm starting with lat pull-ups, and then I'll do some deadlifts, do some bicep curls, and I normally throw a little bit of abs in there as well, and that's pretty it. I'm just doing that, doing the other one, doing the other, and just giving it a little day rest in between. For a lot of people say that's too much working out. I do have 1 or 2 days off in there, but a lot of research is now showing that working a body part 2 times is more beneficial than 1 part, and 3 times more beneficial than 2 parts. I'm able to do this as well as I don't have legs in my routine. I try to play football once a week to kind of keep that going, and I'm not really that interested. I don't have massively small legs, and it's not something I'm that interested in building up. 2 challengers. He's come to Fat to Wham gym. He's trying to break the record on the old pull-ups. My record's 3. Let's see if he can smash this. 1, 2, 3. Go on, Rick. 4, 5, 6. Oh, how do you feel about it, Rick? Holding the Fat to Wham gym. These guys aren't really fat though. They're just kind of like stick to Wham. How many you on, Tidge? Hold up. Is he gonna bend his arm? Half reps is speciality, mate. That's what we do.
Look, that's literally a half rep. And now he's stretching.
Yeah, guys, as you can see here, if all else fails and you need a bit of a boost in your weights and you want to start lifting a bit more, a bit quicker, there's a foolproof way, and that's just shave your head off, whack an extra 10 kg on the bar, and 100% will be alright, and that's an FAKT.
bigger than mine.
Man touch road like the cab man, old school man just jump out with mad man, no tool man just jump out and grab man, man's been known as the bad man, man jump out.
Is it going to be fucking heavy?
Did you do your set now?